Hey guys, Nesso here with a review of the Kohmak. The Kohmak is available at Master Rank 3 from the Grineer labs in the dojo. This handheld shotgun ramps up its pellet count for each shot, starting from 1 up to 5 pellets per round before multi-shot. Similar to the Kohmak loses accuracy as it spools up, and shooting more bullets does make you use more ammunition. With its low crit chance of 5%, you won't see crits very often, but it does come with a 2x multiplier, so when you do get those crits, the damage is quite noticeable. Its status chance is also mediocre at 10%, and while the weapon is a shotgun, the stats shown are per pellet as opposed to most shotguns due to how the spool up mechanic works for this weapon. So you actually do have 10% status per pellet with this gun, making it more viable for status if you choose to mod that way. Like most shotguns, the Kohmak does have fall off damage, but it does have a magazine size of 40 and a reserve of 210. It also contains innate punch through of 1 meter, making it great for mowing down groups of enemies. While the Kohmak's damage is nothing amazing, I find it a great weapon for low to medium tiered missions. And while fully maxed out with Forma, its damage is capable of destroying level 40 mobs easily. It does start to quickly fall off, despite being primarily slash damage. Running wood for corrosive projections or running with frames that augment damage such as Banshee and Nova extend its viability for up to level 70 to 80 mobs. There are definitely better choices for a weapon when purely looking at damage. Crit secondaries do tend to be the best in that department, and while this is true, innate punch through and slide spread makes it better for hitting multiple enemies, which in a game like Warframe where you're fighting groups of enemies, makes it much more viable in my opinion. Now on to modding the Kohmak. I went with pure damage with my build, but as usual you should mod how you like. If you don't want to pour as much Forma as I have into this weapon, it does work well with the dual status mods, and like I said, it is 10% status per pellet, so it is more effective than most shotguns in this department. Now, is the Kohmak worth it? This is a really hard one for me to answer without sounding biased. While the weapon is a weapon I personally love, it does not scale as well as other secondaries. It is effective for everyday missions on the star chart and for short T4 survival, so for a veteran player I definitely do recommend this weapon. But for a newer player, this weapon does require a Forma to craft, a resource that can be difficult to obtain when you're new, due to the resources needed to craft it and the fact that you need the blueprint from the void. And while you're farming for Forma, you are likely to get some Argon crystals, allowing you to build the Sonic Ore, which is also a great medium tiered weapon, great at dealing with mobs of enemies. So I would have to say no for newer players, but if the weapon piques your interest, I do recommend giving it a try. I hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good one.